Dirty ones, so you need to put them back dirty.
Mockingbird is about building a family and building a family model for our young people. We have our hub home carer, which is myself and my husband, and then we have 7 satellite families. So the satellite families are foster carers, and it's people who want to come and be part of Mockingbird.
It's very social, but more a support network, I would say.
I've got little 2, totally out of my comfort zone. A year and a half and a 4-year-old, Lincoln.
I mean, these would be
A little baby. I do all the arranging, so each month we'll have 2 activities. We'll have a child's activity, and then we have an adults gathering once a month. So it's where the adults will come together, you know, we share ideas, we share challenges, and we're just there to support each other. How's your week been? What you've been up to?
Just most of mine this week's been meetings. Obviously looking at the little one that's going to be moving next week.
Yeah.
So a lot of it's been around that and around talking to the rest of them about why it's happening. I've got to make sure these are okay as well.
Yeah.
From the 18-year-old to the 10-year-old. I'm a single foster carer. Didn't really rely on anybody or supports or anything until I spoke to my foster support worker, and she mentioned what Mockingbird, would I get involved? And I said, well, I'm not too sure, I'll try it, but it's the best thing I've ever done.
What about you, Glenda?
A lot of meetings this week because our little 7-year-old, she's going back to her family in a few weeks' time. But we did focus a bit on talking about our emotions and things and how she's going to handle everything, because they have had a death in the family as well at the same time, so there's a lot going on. And they were asking, like, how is she at home with her emotions? And I said, well, it's quite unusual because she's never ever hugged any of us, like me and Liam, but she hugs everybody else. And it just felt really strange. But they kind of explained that it's like an alliance towards her mum, like she doesn't want to feel guilty for getting close to somebody else kind of thing. So I worried that she didn't have somebody to hug like you, you know, if you were worrying.
If it helps, I've just bought some books for the little ones on bereavement, because obviously my 2 little ones also just had a death in the family. It's been a strange time for them, so I got some books to help them.
Yeah, that would probably be helpful because she's talking a lot about heaven, you know, just randomly talking about heaven, so it's on our mind. Well, and it might help her understand it.
It's about the invisible string, so it's where they've still got that connection and they're looking down on them.
I was a relatively new foster carer when I joined, so the experience that the other carers had in the group was just amazing, so I could use them for advice and support. And the hub carer, I've leaned on her a lot, you know, and she's just there whenever you need her, as well as the other members as well.
We've been reading that book and it's been really, really helpful for her.
Good. Yeah, we'll give that a go. And the children, they benefit because it's like growing up as like cousins, I suppose, because you're with the same group of kids all the time doing fun activities and they enjoy it and they're making some really good friendships, long-term friendships.
So thinking about some of the stuff we want to do though moving forward, so we've done 3 years, we've done loads of activities, you know, we've done climbing, we've done surfing, pantomime. So looking at the next year coming forward, what would we all like to see?
Maybe like, not separate, but like the lads, like even the younger ones as well, have like maybe like a little sleepover. I don't know if...
Even if it's the older ones, so not so much separating, but the older ones, we can all have a sleepover here and do like sort of a mystery night.
Yeah, well, I mean, we do like put like on our own little party for like the kids in our Mockingbird, and I've matured so much. I've went from that little kid that was a little mischievous little boy, making something even more special for them, like watching Christmas movies, decorating little gingerbread men, something like that. Now I've sort of settled down, I've grew more into a man now, and it's changed so much the way I think about things, the way I go on and care, and just learn to love others and friends and family.
So why don't we have a Christmas sleepover here? Like you say, we get stuff like gingerbread houses, ginger biscuits, you know, do all that different stuff.
We should make it all cosy, watch Christmas, a couple of Christmas films. Yeah. Difficult though for some kids, but...
It'll make them feel like, oh, I'm with a family that I could enjoy doing Christmas stuff with. If they haven't had that fully before, like, you know, it would just be nice for them. All the carers, like, it's just easy to talk to them and be able to have help if you've not really had that before.
We had Christmas last year and Amelia come downstairs and she sat and looked at the presents for about 20 minutes and I'm thinking, what have I done wrong? But I couldn't get my head around what was up with Amelia. And then she'd eventually, after 20 minutes, half an hour, did open them, but...
I know, because when I lived with my mum, it was like, obviously with all my siblings being older than me, it was only me who was like kind of getting excited about Christmas, and I was the only one who was like putting decorations up and that. When we did it last year, it just kind of like...
Everyone was doing it, right?
Yeah, it didn't feel right, because I've always been used to doing it myself.
Did you struggle to lose the control, or did you happy to have others doing it with you then?
I don't know, like...
Bit of both, really.
Yeah, it was a bit of both.
And it was dead I just think it was dead confusing for you, because the whole Christmas thing, I just wanted to hug you and, you know what I mean? It's just look after you. But
the kids that we're getting, they're just so like, they're so little and just, some of them don't even have a clue what's going on. And then they're like all these behaviours, switching from schools, or I see it now and I'm like, that was like me. Like, and I had no Christmas decorations around my house when it was Christmas. I had nothing. And it was, when I came here, it was, oh well, then let's get involved. We had a massive inflatables. I got overwhelmed quite a few times, so I had my little temper tantrums. And it's like, now I know what it's like. We know how to like work around, like if one of the other ones have a little temper tantrum, do you know what I mean? Because you can get overwhelmed quite easily, yeah. Catherine's like my mum. I recognise Catherine as my mum, but it's just seeing that she can help, she can support, do you know what I mean? Obviously I'm older now. Christmas is still Christmas, do you know what I mean?
Oh, you've got to wear matching Christmas pyjamas.
Anyone's Minion ones this year, I'm like, that's not Christmas.
no, I bought myself a Minion onesie, keep warm.
But that's completely different to Christmas.
For our looked after children, obviously they've built a relationship with everybody within the family. So if they've got issues, they've got problems, they come and talk to us. So they've got that side of it, but they've also got the side where they're socialising, they're building social skills, and we just talk, we just share everything. So, you know, it's a chance to offload. So there's loads of examples I could give you of what it means to the young people. But it's having that bigger, wider family. And that's the word that we use constantly going through. We're a family to them. And that's what I feel we've got with Mockingbird. At any time, I could be in crisis mode. I could be feeling, you know, everything's out of control. I need some help. And I know I can ring any one of you. Get it off my chest, feel better, and then think to myself, right, I'm all right to move on again now. But I'm not being judged, because do you know what? We are in crisis mode. It's sometimes in our life. And that's what I love. Absolutely love it.